Victoria's Hypnotherapy. Wow. Within 3 sessions, I'd conquered my fear for flying, with their help, of course. We did 3 sessions. The first one was to deal with my insomnia, the second one was to deal with the phobia, and the third one's called a reinforcement session. Before I go on to how I felt about that, I'm just going to give you a bit of background as to why I'm here and why I'm thanking them, and why they've been absolutely brilliant for me. So back since I was 12, and I have my lovely mother to thank for this, I believe, I've had a fear of flying. I don't like to get on planes. I would much rather get on a train, travel in a car, on a boat, go those extra hours just to avoid a plane. I remember once I was in Milan, and I had a flight booked to get back from Milan to East Ham in London, and instead of getting on that flight, I ended up hitching a ride all the way back to East Ham in London, jumping on ferries, and so on and so forth, just to get across the channel without the use of wings. Thankfully, successfully I got there. That just shows you the kind of extremes that I'll go to. In the lead up to a holiday, I'll be anxious, nervous, all of the above really. I mean, you name it, I feel it, and insomnia is one of those things as well. Now couple that with my new girlfriend, who I don't want to show any sign of weakness to at the start of this relationship. Insomnia is not a good thing, especially when she stays over, because then she starts to question why I'm waking up in the middle of the night, and she worries, and us going on holiday is not meant to be about her worrying, it's meant to be about us having a good time together and enjoying ourselves. So the first session was to deal with the insomnia, and I'd just like to say thank you very much. Again, I'm going to say thank you loads during this, but the first session was absolutely brilliant. The sleepless nights almost completely disappeared. I mean, occasionally you get them, and I wouldn't put that down to the hypnotherapy. I just put that down to me being a little crazy. So one of the things I was very proud of was, after this, was the confidence that it gave me, and as I say, that the sleepless nights pretty much disappeared. The second session was to deal with the phobia. Now, we had a little session before this session, so session, to really get to the root of the phobia itself, and we discovered it was more of a fear of falling that I possess rather than a fear of flying. So I imagine it's the same for when I'm on cable cars and on ski lifts, that this will be completely gone, because I'm the kind of guy who in a cable car gets right into the middle so he can't see out, or see down the mountain basically. I don't want to see that stuff. I'm alright when my skis are on the mountain, but when you're suspended by a cable going up the side, it's not fun for me, and I won't know until I'm out there if that's been solved as well, and I do hope so. If not, I'll be straight back to Victoria's Hypnotherapy to sort it out. But I tell you what, after the second phobia session, confidence very, very high. Really chuffed with things. I wasn't thinking about getting on a plane anymore. Don't get me wrong, it occasionally creeped into my mind, and while it does these things, you know, you gotta persevere with it, because there's a third session called the reinforcement session, and after this one, I must admit, flying was not a problem for me anymore. As I said, I've been on holiday since. Me and my girlfriend had an amazing time. We were in Barbados for 2 weeks, got back the other day actually, and the West Indies on our final night had won the ICC World Cup, and we partied like there was no tomorrow. And I tell you now, if this hadn't have worked at all, I wouldn't have been able to party. And there were some amazing places down in the Gap, so absolutely brilliant. So all I've got to say is a massive thank you to Victoria's Hypnotherapy. Without your help to help me get over my phobia and my fear of flying, should I say, I would not have been able to enjoy a holiday, and hopefully many more to come. So thank you very much, and I do recommend them to anybody who's thinking about hypnotherapy, even if you're a little sceptical, because I was too at the start. So thank you very much. Cheers.